Hey
Hi,
there.
and welcome to. Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay, right. Hey
Welcome
there.
to take. Sure, I mean.
Okay, right. All right.
Okay, I think
Here
we
we
got
go,
it.
ready?
All right.
Hey
Hi,
there.
and welcome.
Okay. This is a crossover episode, everybody.
Yes.
It's episode 70, what?
73.
Of the Midday Minute, and also
Episode 18 of Take a Sip.
very special episode of both programs, because today we are announcing the Impact Grant recipients for the 2023 class.
Yes, very exciting.
Yes, it is. It feels like yesterday we were here.
A year ago to announce, 2022 Impact Grant recipients.
That's right.
And
Do you
Here
want
we are again.
Should we get right into it, or do you want to start with a highlight or two from the 2022 class?
yeah, we had an excellent class of 2022. The Impact Grantees have spent all of 2022 going through and making their projects and building them up to fruition. We just posted a wonderful picture chart on our website, which you can check out in the comments below. And they highlight a lot of the great recipients that we had last year, including Chattanooga, Tennessee, lodge number 91. Their project Home Sweet Home works with veterans to help modify their homes. They worked with an 87-year-old veteran to help him get his oxygen tanks all situated throughout his home, his electrical wires all complete. We have some great pictures and podcasts and wonderful news segments, so really check it out, it's wonderful.
It is great.
Very
All
exciting.
right. Well, without further ado,
Drum rolls.
So very exciting. We received 165 intents from 165 lodges. We got 39 applications in, and now we are here to announce the 12 Impact Grantees for the 2023 year.
And these are the new recipients, right?
Correct, yes.
And these grants can go up to $10,000, but are we going to be talking about awards on the show today, or no?
All of these 12 have received $10,000.
Well, there you go. They all get $10,000. Okay, end of show.
Exactly. All right, well, great. Well, first we can start off. These are in no particular order. Keep it nice and surprising for you there in our audience. But our first Impact Grantee we'd love to announce is Portsmouth, New Hampshire, lodge number 97. And so they're going to be combating military suicide and depression by fostering relationships with those in the service at the local naval base through its project, Liberty Investments Nurture Kinships, or LINK for short.
love a good acronym.
We love an acronym.
Yeah, the suicide rate among active duty military last year was 24.3 per 100,000. And veterans are 50% higher, have a 57% higher suicide rate than those who haven't served.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's staggering, the statistics behind it, and it was kind of a common theme throughout the applications we received this year.
Absolutely. And I think one of the really cool aspects of the Portsmouth project is that it's working with the sailors on the naval base. And so hopefully what they're going to be doing, the fellowship and the trainings, is going to really carry with them, throughout their service and beyond.
It's right there in the name. They're establishing connections
Right.
and relationships with these people.
Right.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Portsmouth. Who's next?
Jim, you want to introduce?
Well, let me just say that's only the 6th Impact Grant that we've awarded to a lodge from the state of New Hampshire.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, I'm our fact
dropping
checker.
dropping some fun facts.
Okay, the next one is from New York, Rensselaer Lodge number 2073. And what are they going to do?
They are also going to be working with veterans who may be experiencing PTSD through its project Operation Be Well. So they're going to be creating events for them, monthly events with a therapeutic spin. So they may, in the summer, take them out on Lake George, go on wonderful, water-themed activities, and also have a therapist there to kind of walk them through any PTSD treatments they would like. And they're also going to have some weekly check-ins with the veterans, which I thought was really put it beyond.
Absolutely. Monthly activities are fantastic, but it will be that time in between that really sets this project apart.
Exactly.
Big need too, 11 to 20% estimated of the veterans who served in Afghanistan and Iraq have PTSD in any given year.
Well, I'm glad we're going to be able to do something about it there in Rensselaer.
Yes.
So, next up, Statesville, North Carolina, lodge number 1823. What are they doing,
Yes.
Meaghan?
So their project is called Cornerstone, Feed, Clothe, Educate, and Empower. And they're going to be doing a hodgepodge of things for the community facing homelessness, specifically building a community garden, providing food and clothing, and then teaching classes on improving literacy for this community, as well as life skills.
I learned this morning that there are 2 homeless shelters in Statesville.
2.
Yes, 2.
Well, now they have the Elks to help
right.
out.
Help
That's
them
right.
out. Yep.
Very exciting. We also have Casa Grande, Arizona, lodge number 1957. So they're going to be building cooling stations and providing literature on how to combat heat stroke, specifically for those experiencing homelessness in the Casa Grande community through their project, the Casa Grande Homeless Assistance and Heat Relief.
Heat stroke becomes a danger at 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Casa Grande, in the summer months, the 3 summer months,
I'm not laughing at heat. We're not laughing at heat stroke.
Yeah, no,
we're
not
laughing
at
at the
all.
due diligence that Jim
Absolutely. I've done my
conducted
research.
this morning.
This is what I'm bringing to the broadcast today.
Yes.
The average highs in the 3 summer months, 104 to 106 degrees.
Ooh.
So
wow.
heat stroke, a real concern.
Yowza, it's my type of weather. I think this project in particular, we talked about this, really epitomizes, of course, what the Community Investments Program is about, which is meeting a need in the community unique to that lodge community, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Really pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
This might not be a project that will land in, say, Nome, Alaska.
Yes.
That's right.
But Casa
That's
Grande,
right,
it's
but
a real
Casa
concern.
Grande,
Yeah.
it is going to be an absolute need.
Yep.
Yes. Very exciting.
Let's shift gears. Let's go to Pennsylvania, Huntington, lodge number 976. Teacher says every time a bell rings, the Elks give
Lodge
out an
gets
impact
its
grant.
impact
Yeah.
grant.
All right.
So you're saying about Huntington, Pennsylvania.
Setting you up.
So lodge number 976. So they are going to be providing care packages and building ramps for veterans living below the poverty line through their project, the Veterans Relief Program. So I thought this was very unique. Going beyond the impact grant and the funds that we're providing them, they are also going to be creating a crisis relief fund in the similar project, but beyond the impact grant, which I thought was very, very unique and necessary.
I think you had mentioned you had some personal experience with ramp building. Was it your grandfather who actually needed a ramp?
Yes.
And so you know firsthand how important it is for somebody's independence to have something like that if they're living in their home.
Exactly. And yeah, my grandfather was a double amputee, and so every new home he had to come into, or anytime we had to, or would have him over at our place, you know, it creates such a barrier. And so having this there and having the Elks there to be able to support that is a huge need and something that they can really step up and do.
Fantastic.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. So rounding out the first half of these dozen impact grant recipients, geographic diversity is not something we're actually necessarily looking for when we review applications, but it's nice when it happens.
Yes.
And
Right.
I'm very pleased to say that this year we are awarding our first ever impact grant to the state of Mississippi, Hattiesburg, lodge
Yes.
number 599. What are they going to be doing?
Yes, so through their project Sense of Security through Modifications, they're going to be also doing some home renovations and modifications for people experiencing disabilities in the Mississippi region. So very exciting to have
Yeah,
our first
absolutely.
Mississippi lodge. Last year we had our first Wyoming lodge get an impact grant. So next year I'm looking at you, Vermont and South Dakota. Hopefully we'll get our first
Yeah.
impact grants there too.
Great. All right. In our own home state now, we're going to be, right on the border, I believe, Galena, Illinois, lodge number 882.
Yes, so they're going to be working with Creator Services, which is an organization in the Galena area, specifically for adults with disabilities, and their project Big Beautiful World will provide a lot of recreation activities for those individuals. So something I loved about that, they're working with this partner organization, but this partner organization doesn't have any recreation activities. So the Elks came in, saw that where there was a need, and really stepped up to help out in that regard. So they'll be having year-round activities, bowling, fitness activities multiple times a week, and pools, which I think is really nice.
Fun field trips planned.
Yes, yeah.
And I love the title, Big Beautiful World.
Exactly. It really is. So.
This just in, we have a second impact grant recipient from the state of Mississippi, Blue Springs Lodge number 2509.
Yes, and Mississippi is a wonderful way to say Missouri, because that's where the
Whoops.
We're going to let Mississippi get their feet wet with Hattiesburg,
Yeah,
but we're going to go
alright.
back to
My
Blue
bad.
Springs,
Sorry, Blue
Missouri.
Springs.
Yeah, so Blue Springs, Missouri, lodge number 2509. So they're going to be doing a project called Saving Our Citizens and First Responders. And so they will be installing carbon monoxide, fire detectors, and other necessary equipment such as defibrillators in civilians' homes and different community resource centers, and then providing CPR classes to the community at large, which I think is really wonderful.
Now, if I recall correctly, did they use their smaller grant to get this project started?
Yes.
Okay, so this is building on really enhancing what they were doing with their Beacon grant, which is a great way to consider applying for an impact intent and getting an invitation for an impact grant application. So
Yeah, we love to see projects that have started with our smaller grants. We call them small now, but they're really, you can get up to over $9,000 a year in just the Beacon, the Gratitude, and the Spotlight grant alone. So we love to see lodges who are doing a project in their community and then expanding it through the impact grant.
And Blue Springs had received an impact grant back in I think 2016 and 17, and they were working with to meet the needs of veterans in their community. So they've changed it up a little bit, and now they're doing this. So
Yes, yeah, very exciting.
all right.
Next,
Where
we
are we?
have Putnam, Connecticut, lodge number 574. And so I actually named this impact grant, I hope you don't mind, Putnam, but we're calling it Elks Care Food Share, because yes, they are creating a food share box and providing care packages filled with nutritional recipes all the way from Yukon to individuals experiencing food insecurity in Putnam. So very exciting.
Very good. All right, well, let's take it back to the Pacific.
Linwood,
Jim.
Washington. Number 2171. You know the poverty rate in Linwood is 40% higher than the Washington average.
Oh,
It's 1.5 times the rate of Seattle and Tacoma in that area.
Wow. Oh, I did not realize that. So thank goodness they have the Elks out there, because they are going to be doing the Linwood Elks Early Childhood Resource Center. And they are going to be providing support and a learning center specifically for families living below the poverty line in Linwood, and specifically those families who have infants and toddlers. So they found kind of a gap in services, and they're going to be providing it through the Washington Kids in Transition program.
Mm-hmm. Exciting.
Very exciting.
All right, next up, Pendleton, South Carolina, lodge number 2861.
Yes, so they are very unique. They've also had a past impact grant that just ended this last year, and so they decided to immediately jump back into the impact grant pool with their project Enhance MAPS project. And MAPS stands for the Medicaid Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Services. And so with the enhancement of this impact grant project, the Pendleton Lodge will provide classes on parenting, various life skills, sexual education, and then personal growth to teenagers in this program, which I think is really wonderful.
Mm-hmm. For them.
Yes, very exciting. And finally, our last one. Jim, do you want to do the honors?
Number 12. Now this goes to our most decorated impact grant state, Florida, Cocoa Lodge number 1532. What are they doing?
So they are going to be providing art therapy to individuals recovering from PTSD, see PTSD or any sort of traumatic event. It's called Our Painted Hearts. They've been providing these art therapy classes this last year, and now they're going to be using our grant to provide those for free, to expand their reach to other organizations for individuals who may benefit from this art therapy. And I'm very excited for it. I think it's a wonderful project. Art is so important, and we love to see the Cocoa Lodge doing this in their community.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one as well.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Good mix of projects, a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Stuff we haven't seen
Right.
before.
Yes, exactly. This is our 15th class of impact grant recipients.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I also did my due diligence, my research this morning.
Yeah, I really brought the stats. I'm
You
just gonna
did,
say,
you brought the
'cause
stats, but
I
these
mean-
are, I mean, we did take a COVID-induced hiatus for 2021, but this is the 15th class. Our first was in 2008. So, pretty neat. And as you mentioned,
Exciting.
now with the small grants, you can get up to $9,500. When we started this, I think the most you could get at that time was what, 500, maybe 1,000 in 2008. So impact grants were 2,500 to 10,000, and now we've almost bridged that entire gap with the 3 small grants.
Yes, I know, it's incredible.
Now, these aren't the only impact grant recipients this year. There's also renewals who will be announced when?
They'll be announced in January once we receive their 4th quarterly reports and see how their entire year went in 2022.
Fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have a whole other class.
Yep, that will include the years 2 and 3, and then the 4 and beyond, so.
And what's next for these 12? When will they hear from us officially and all that? Or was this it?
This is kind of it. We'll be emailing them as well. So depending on when this video drops, they should already kind of know. But this is where they'll be able to see all of the other impact grantees, their fellow class of 2023.
And the ones that just missed the mark a little bit, what kind of follow-up do we do with those lodges?
Sure. So I usually meet with them individually to discuss their applications, where they can improve for next year, and how to hopefully use the smaller grants first, and hopefully expand into impact grant territory in 2024.
All right. Anything else going on?
Well, yes, actually. We're heading to Florida. Speaking of Florida, we're heading to Florida the first week of January for an Elks Scholar Service trip with the Tampa Lodge. So shout out to Rita, and thank you for all your help with getting us situated.
Yes.
And one day we'll be visiting. Why don't you talk a little bit about Greater Pine Island? It's about an
Sure.
hour south of Tampa, and we're going to serve there. So
Yes, yeah, very exciting. So Greater Pine Island was hit very hard by Hurricane Ian. The lodge was essentially destroyed by everything going on from Hurricane Ian. The community at large had a lot of issues, and so the Greater Pine Island Elks Lodge has an impact grant to actually do home modifications in hurricane preparedness on homes. And so we'll be going down there, we'll be helping their community along with the scholars and their impact grant in service. So very exciting. Excited to meet Judy and everyone else at the lodge.
yeah, we're really excited to be able to participate in the activities and the project that Greater Pine Island does, as well as in and around the Tampa area. We have 20 scholars, our new Elk Scholar Fellow, Raleigh Curry, and a scholar leader from the Scholar Advisory Board. So we're really excited about that.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good time. We can talk about it in January.
Yes.
And how much longer do lodges have to apply for the other grants?
Yes, so the deadline for Beacon, Spotlight, and Gratitude grants is January 17th. So please get your applications in. This year, again, you can donate to organizations providing direct COVID relief, such as food banks or homeless shelters. So please, we want to give this money to you to give to your community, so just apply.
Yes. How are we doing with those reminders?
Oh, they're going out weekly.
They're going out weekly.
So if you...
Numbers are going up.
Yes, numbers are going up, which is excellent. And if you keep getting these emails and don't want to unsubscribe, just apply.
Do it. All right. Well, thank you for all your hard work on all of this, Meaghan.
Yes, and thank you to you both for having me on the Midday Minute.
And thank you
yes.
to you for having us on Take a
Take a
Sip.
sip.
Exactly. So this has been Take a Sip, Midday
and the Midday Minute.
Congratulations to our impact grantees.
Yeah, let's give all those impact grantees a thumbs up.
Thumbs
right?
up.
You can give us a thumbs down if you want. Either way, share this episode far and wide to your social networks so that they can learn about these great projects.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not already subscribing to our YouTube channel,
What do you do?
hit that button. Smash the bell so you'll be notified every time we post new content, like Meaghan on Take a Sip, like us on Midday Minute, like our colleagues, McKenna and Nathan on Hoop Shooting the Breeze, like other stuff coming. We got some videos coming down the pike.
We
think
do.
we're going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks the full highlights video from the national finals, right? Lots of good stuff coming.
Yes.
Lots of good stuff. It's exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
All
Thank
right.
you again.
All right, thanks for watching,
Bye,
everybody.
Congratulations.